So, I don't know. I do think that I will read the next one. But I don't know. The jury's kind of out. So we're gonna be doing the Carrie Smith, The Silent City. And please like and subscribe the channel. It's the Deluise Book Series, and I'm Kristina, Kristina. I'm not exactly sure. You'll have to let me know. It was a very, very fast moving book. Very fast. It felt like I was on a locomotive and I was like just running because it just went. The book just took off. Very smooth flow. So it just ran. It just flew. But I felt like I was coming into a pre-existing series instead of the first book in the series, because there's an awful lot of luggage that has already happened. But this is the first book. But there's a whole lot of luggage. And I like to keep track of the characters so I can follow the character progression from book to book to book, because I like to read series. I'm a series person. I like to read series. And I stumbled upon this one by accident, so I thought I would give it a try. And there was quite a few things that I did not like. First of all, there were too many characters to keep track of, and I didn't know who was going to be a recurring character and who I should actually pay attention to. And most of them weren't even introduced. You know, a small line or two of background. Hell, their first name, hell, their rank would have been good too, but we didn't even get that much. So the main character has had cancer. NYPD Detective Claire Cordella. This is a New York City detective novel. So if I like my J.D. Robb, who does Eve Dallas, who is also New York City, and James Patterson also does the NYPSD Blue and a NYPSD Red, I believe. So there's a few out there. I've got a listing someplace. So I thought I would give it a try. And I'm really not sure. A principal has been murdered. And he has been murdered in a particularly religious way. And he is not the only one that was murdered, but they do not discover the second victim for a long time. This takes place over about a 2-week period, maybe a little less than 2-week period of time. So Detective Cordelia has been out. She's had cancer and she's been going through chemo treatments. And she's returning now. This is her first day back on the job. And her boss doesn't like her. And I didn't like that her boss didn't like her. Just this little snippet. Cordelia was managing him better than he was managing her. McGowan thought when he looked up and saw her in his doorway. She had called him first thing this morning, and now she was here to update him. She was playing by the book, giving him no possible reason to find fault with her. He would have preferred if she hadn't called or come in. Then he'd have an excuse to take the case away from her. He could even start a paper trail to document her insubordination. A good paper trail might justify her demotion or reassignment to a low-profile precinct in an outer borough where he would never have to see her again. But she was too savvy. For all he knew, she had her own paper trail, and if it ever came to he said, she said in front of a review board, she could play the cancer card and score more points than him. He kicked himself for handing her this case on a silver platter. Now she was going to make him all look bad compared to her. You see, I don't like that he doesn't like her. He should be supporting his employee, especially when she just had cancer and she's coming back and she's trying to do her job. And she's not going, oh, I'm sick, I can't work today. She's actually doing a really good job and she's making a really good effort. And she's got a new partner, Eduardo Munez. He used to be in narcotics and he's 4 days into the detective thing. And this is his first case. And then, see, the problem was there was too many characters for me to keep track of. It was like Joe O'Donnell, then there was Banks, then there was Shruggin and Acevedo and Caputo and Garcia. And she never even introduced them and said what their ranks were. She just was like, had them show up. And Victor Sanchez was the school principal. And there were so many school employees, they couldn't keep track of them either. But they find the principal of the school dead, and he was killed in a religious way. And it turns out that he was a real control freak. He liked everything done his way, and if you didn't do it his way, he was going to get rid of you any way he could, especially by criticizing your teaching methods or any way he could. And it turns out he wasn't as liked as he thought he was. And there was just so much to keep track of. And I'm going to try the next book just to see if I can start figure out who the recurring characters are. I mean, the story's good. I mean, if it reads so quickly, you feel like you're running out of breath by the end. It just zooms. It just zooms. And the whodunit, you don't see it coming for nothing. The whodunit person, I've read books where the whodunit makes an appearance, hi, how are you, blah, 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 and then leaves, and you don't see them again. This recurring the whodunit makes a brief appearance, but not to the police. He has an intercharacter relationship, off stage kind of situation, or on stage, but not on stage that you'd notice and pay attention to it. So it was just you didn't see it coming, and it wasn't a single person involved. There was more than one person involved. Now the second person, you saw that coming. You saw him. He was guilty as all hell of something. You might not have known what he was guilty of, but he was guilty of something. So the second person you see. And then there was a third person sort of kind of involved. But you'll have to read the book and check it out, Silent City by Carrie Smith. I might read the second one. I gotta go and read Caitlin Dennett, Ho Ho Homicide first, the Scottish mystery series. But I will get back to this. And don't forget, Fridays is Star Trek Day. And every night at 6:45 Eastern Standard Time is Boggle Time. And I hope you'll check it out. And I hope you will like and subscribe to the channel. I just can't say enough about this. It was just... It was very smooth. I mean, you can read it in almost one sitting. I mean, the thing just goes zoom. it goes so fast, the pace is so fast. But if you try and pay attention to details or try and pay attention to individual characters, forget it. Because there's not enough information. They're not introduced enough. They're not considered important enough for you to pay attention to. So you don't have to pay attention to them. There was just too much. There was just too many people to pay attention to. So that's why I just stopped trying. Because usually I can keep track of the series and who talks to who and what goes on. But it's all over the place, and it's not just her. She's like 5 or 6 different detectives talking, so some chapters might be from a different point of view, and it's just too much to keep track of. So I ended up just reading the second half of the book. I was just like, screw it, I can't keep track and I can't follow all the dots. I'm just going to read it to enjoy it and get to the end. And I mean, it's a quick read. I mean, you just zoom through it. But it's just, if you were trying to sit down and follow it, like I usually try and follow most books with who the characters are and who the recurring important characters will be in the future, I don't know. Because except for her boss, Haggerty, and her new partner, there was just too many other people coming and going that made like 1 or 2 line appearances and then you never saw them again. And I don't like the cop bullying. Cops should set an example and they shouldn't be bullies. So they were bullying individual cops for certain reasons, and I didn't care for that either. But we'll see how it goes in the next couple of books. So check it out. Please hit like and subscribe. Like I said, I just read books, talk about books. I have 0 special effects. There's nothing dropping in here. There's no bell down there, nowhere. I know nothing. I'm just reading books and talking books. That's it. No special editing skills, no special audio, no special camera, nothing. It's just me reading books, and it's all I can do. So I really need you to hit the like and subscribe button and let me know I'm doing a good job. Because it's all I'm doing. I'm reading books and talking books. That's what I do. No special anything. So please hit the like and subscribe to show your support for the channel. Please. Thank you.